guys, welcome back to the Way of Truth Tarot. My name's Mandy. For those of you who are just joining, and for those of you who are returning, hello again. And today is a very special reading, episode, video, whatever. Um, I thought that it would be cool to give you guys a little example of, you know, uh, one of my readings, one of my private readings that I do. So I have my lovely friend Courtney with us. Courtney, you want to say hi?
Hello, everybody. Thanks
It's
for having me.
no problem. I'm so grateful that you agreed to this. And today, Courtney is wanting to, one, know about her spirit guides, specifically who they are. Um, and what was the other question, Courtney?
How I can feel them or contact them,
Yes.
or yeah, when they come around,
Yes.
um, how I can know that.
Yes, that's perfect. And also, if she has any loved ones that are in spirit that, you know, occasionally come down and visit her, in this earthly realm. So that is what we're going to be looking into today. And I'm going to get started. And obviously, Courtney has given me her full permission to post this.
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm very grateful for that. Thank you. And we're gonna get started. I'm gonna switch my camera so you can see the cards.
I'm gonna mute me.
Okay, cool. Alrighty. So I'm just gonna say my attunement prayer and then we'll get started. I graciously call upon my guardian angels, spirit guides, ancestors, ascended masters, loved ones on the other side, and Courtney's spirit team. I humbly ask you to assist me with the knowledge and answers I seek in this reading with the highest vibrational frequency as possible. I'm forever grateful for the gift of intuition that has been bestowed on me, and I intend to use this gift for the highest good, healing, and to bring myself and others peace. Thank you for being by my side for this reading, Adane. Okay. So, all right, Spirit, show. Let's have Courtney's main guides that help her with her life path because all of our guides have different rules. And there's two, sometimes three, maybe there could be more, but in my experience, I've not seen more than three that really help you with your purpose and your life path, and they're with you from start to finish. There's other guides that can come in and out of your life during certain phases when you need their specific energetic expertise. All right. So a bunch fell out, and that's never an accident. I don't believe in coincidences or accidents. So I will flip these over so you can see it the way I see it, or the way they came out, because I'm going to see it upside down, but you're going to see it the way it came out. So there we go. We've got the 10 of Swords upright. We've got the King of Cups in reverse. We've got the Page of Cups upright. And we have the Nine of Swords um, in reverse. So the specific guides, main guides, they really have helped, they really help you heal things. So the spread that I'm seeing right here, the 10 of Swords, is painful endings. It can be physical issues, it can be emotional issues, financial issues, like just painful endings on every subject matter. The King of Cups in reverse is, in my opinion, representing your father. Because the King of Cups in reverse is not a very emotionally available, caring, empathetic person. It is an unbalanced male with selfish tendencies, among other things. And if you this this card, like there's torrential rain in the background, and then there's a calm, I guess, calm ocean with a sailboat on it in the middle, in the little window. So what this is telling me is that this spirit guide specifically helps you transmute pain and painful endings to calmer waters for you, especially when it came to your male, um, the patriarch of your life. Now, the Page of Cups is your inner child. It's the part of you that, well, and to a lot of us is usually overlooked, especially when we get into adulthood, because life demands a lot of us, and we always forget to sometimes look at things in a very innocent, childlike way. But these guides help you maintain that because I really feel like Courtney's energy is extremely light and extremely honest. It's like, I don't know, at least how I feel this is a person that doesn't put a lot of assumptions or projections onto things, sees things in a very pure way. And a lot of people would have a very hard time accessing this part of themselves from these two cards. But this guide in particular helps you with that because this part of yourself is so beautiful and it's what the world needs. And then we have the Nine of Swords in reverse, which is, releasing the anxiety, um, giving peace of mind, and kind of the energy of like, I'll do my very best. That's all I can do. And until I have a major thing in my awareness to be concerned about, I'm not going to waste my energy on worrying so much because it's the stress that is really toxic to somebody's health, all of our health. Stress is, in my opinion, a cancer causer. So let's get the energy of this guide. The magician. Yes. So this guide wants to be known in this reading as the magician. This is a transmuter. This guide, and it's exactly what this row is saying. This guide helps you transmute pain, um, and disappointment, stress, anxiety. This guide helps you transmute that into light, essentially. The magician is a master alchemist. And, spirit guides, they're not human, so it's very hard to assign a gender to them. However, there's masculine energy and there's feminine energy. And so I'm feeling with this guide is is more of a male energy. So that's one. I'll put him right here. Oh, I want you guys to see him. So Oh, my thing isn't. There we go. Okay. Alrighty. Let's get the second guide. And actually, I am going to move these up just so I have more room. Maybe down. Oh, this camera is so confuses me so much. It's so like opposite. All right. Courtney, how does this resonate with you so far?
So far, it's pretty right on.
Yeah.
I mean, at least as far as how I see my own self, my own, when you were talking about the light, um,
Transmuting the stress and the pain and
yeah, yeah, until because I mean that's very true of me, I feel anyway.
yeah. Well, that's great. I mean, you know
Mm.
yourself better than anybody, right?
Well, yeah, but when somebody, you know, says it
Yeah,
makes it real or validates it perhaps because
absolutely.
we're always
Absolutely.
second guessing ourselves.
Right? Or we don't see ourselves, or we think we'll like recognize something in ourselves, but we're wondering, is it real or is it just like, yeah, I totally
Right.
feel what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so let's get the second guide. Um, what does this guide in particular help you with? The Wheel of Fortune, Six of Pentacles, Page of Wands, the World, and the Hierophant. It is showing itself. We don't have to do like how I did with the magician. And what's really interesting is both of these guides are coming up as major arcanas, which is very fitting because major arcana cards are more like they don't govern over the day-to-day earthly stuff the way the court cards do, the way the aces to the tens do. It's more like stuff we don't have direct control over, or it's more cosmic, or it's more big picture, or more spiritual, if you catch my drift. I hope I'm articulating myself right. But I just find it really interesting. And I have a guide as well that represents itself as the Hierophant. Um, as well. And what's very interesting is the Wheel of Fortune. And it's actually upright. So this guide specifically helps you with your destiny, keeping you on the your life purpose track. Um, I personally believe, and a lot of other spiritualists have found this as well, that we tend to, before we incarnate, plan out our lives with our spirit team and with the souls that we're going to be incarnating with to kind of make a plan. Now, you have certain things you want to achieve, certain lessons you want to learn. How you get there is up to you because there is something as free will. Um, but our guides help us if we veer too far off course. This job for this guide is to help you get back on track. So your Wheel of Fortune card doesn't turn upside down. And I mean, sometimes if it does turn upside down, that can be for a very meaningful purpose as well. So don't get mistaken with assigning good or bad to it because sometimes things that have happened, at least in my personal life, that have been bad in the moment turned out to be very necessary, very healing, and I'm grateful for them. So, but this guide, yes, helps to keep you on your path. The Six of Pentacles is giving and receiving. So again, this guide helps you stay in alignment with your purpose. The Page of Wands, climbing up a hill, climbing up a cliff, climbing up a mountain. This guide specifically supports you during for endurance. This guide helps restore your energy so you can endure and keep going to eventually bring you to completion. The goal for this guide is to get you to the finish line. This guide is with you since before birth to after. This guide, I feel, yes, has is part of your major team, but this guide kind of steps in during these tougher moments. This guide, I feel, always has eyes on you because it has to. This guide I'm feeling is more of a guardian angel type energy than an ancestor or something else. This is more to me angelic um than the magician guide. Okay, I'm gonna clean this up so I have more room. All right, now let's see if there's any family members or ancestors that are also part of your spirit team. These could even be people you've never met in this lifetime, but have had other lifetimes before. Okay, show me the main ancestors slash family members that are part of Courtney's spirit team, please. Okay, Eight of Wands in reverse. Justice and the Five of Swords. So the Five of Swords is conflict. Um, Justice and the Eight of Wands. These ancestors, these keep you safe. These ancestors always have your back as far as making sure you don't get attachments from lower vibrational entities. Um, Makes sure that you're treated fairly spiritually. I feel that they put a big bubble around you so you are not susceptible to the 5G type side effects that some people are, or like the psychic attacks that some of us feel that we get. These ancestors really like imagine this is a huge spear. Like these are like warrior type ancestors. I don't know. Do you have any indigenous lineage, Courtney?
Um, I've heard that there is a long time ago. but I don't know for sure. I've never done one of those life, not life 360. The
23andMe or
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this vibe is like warrior. And you know what? It may not even because there's still warrior tribes in like Eastern Europe or like Scandinavia or other countries,
Hmm.
right? But these ancestors are were like these are old ancestors. These people walked the earth thousands of years ago.
I'm gonna look into it.
And you've probably had many lives with them. Like they consider you their tribe. And so their commitments extend past the human body, is what I'm feeling with this. If you were part of their original group back in the day, like lots of lifetimes ago, then that is an eternity thing. That's not, okay, well, you die and then, we're no longer a tribe. This is, yeah, it's actually really beautiful. Kind of makes me want to cry. The loyalty and the the level of protection with this. I'm curious. I'm feeling this is more a group than an individual spirit guide. This feels more like a group energy. King of Wands. King of Wands is like chief energy, I feel. And like fire energy. And the tower, yeah. There is it's a group energy, but with the King of Wands, there is one in particular guide that is, I want to say, like Ascended Masters level. And that's what the King of Wands is representing. And yeah, they come in when you're unfairly treated or if there's any negative attachments energetically, they help clear that out of your field. And I think that if you what's really interesting and what I'm noticing with the reading is that each one of these guides has a very specific role, but when you put all of those roles together, it's really amazing how it's like a how it aids to the health of your spirit because you've got the guide that helps you on your life path, right? Then you have the ones, oh, what was the second one? Oh, I'm so terrible at remembering my readings. Um, Courtney, can you refresh my memory? What was the second row?
A
There's,
Wheel of Fortune, Six of
oh, yes,
Pentacles, Page of
yes,
Wands. Mm-hmm.
yes.
The
Yeah.
Hierophant.
And then the Hierophant. And
Yeah.
so it's
Guardian
just,
Angel.
yeah. So it's just like, it's really turning out to be really well-rounded, like a multidisciplinary approach to your spiritual well-being and your well-being as a human. Because without a healthy spirit, you won't have a healthy body. You won't have, you know what I mean? Like it affects everything. Um, all right, I feel there's like one more card for this. Yes. The lovers. Yeah. So they also help with self-love. Um, and the lovers is also choices, which makes me feel it makes me think of free will. Um, so they support you in the choices that you make. Like they don't give this type of protection loosey goosey. You've earned the choices you've made through lifetime after lifetime. And I'm not saying they were all perfect because we're human in these lifetimes. We're not perfect. But for the most part, your choices have earned this and they have great love for you. Like, yeah, I feel like with this plus the guardian angel energy, you're hugely protected. All right, how can you best connect with them? Let's get the magician. How can you best connect with the magician? All right, how can you best connect with your spirit guide, the magician? The world. The world is about integration. The King of Pentacles. This is about this is about discipline, um, integrity, honesty, being consistent and reliable as well. So, what do you need to be integrating that requires discipline? The Six of Wands. This is reward. The Emperor. Very interesting. So, getting into a practice, and it can be really anything. But with all of this like divine masculine energy with the King of Pentacles and the Emperor, this makes me feel like it's get your body moving kind of thing, like get your body moving to the point where you can get lost in it and kind of meditate, if that makes any sense at all. Um, because that act is going to allow you to integrate energies that are more aligned with the magician. So, let me just try to find an example. And I don't mean like run a mile or anything. This can even be tapping. I don't know if you've ever heard of tapping, but you tap on certain pressure points and it releases emotions, it releases some inflammation. I mean, like, I'm not an expert at it. I don't really know the science, but I know that it has been used for thousands of years. I think by Chinese medicine. And you don't have to do it for like, people don't do it for very long. Also, when people are very stressed, sometimes they do it and it really helps alleviate stress. But essentially, what you're doing is you're putting your body in motion, which is allowing your emotions to flow and not get stagnant. And when we don't have stagnancy brought on by emotions that are haven't moved out of our being, it kind of can it can dampen the signals to our higher self or our guides. So implementing a little exercise, if you will, of getting your body moving and allowing it to put you in a relaxed state of mind to release unwanted energy, it's going to make you more receptive to the downloads that the magician can provide you, if that makes any sense. And that the tapping thing is just an example. If you feel like there's something else that would be better for you, well, again, you know yourself better. So, whatever it is, as long as your body is moving, it doesn't need to be strenuous. It does not to be, need to be exerting, um, or anything like that. But as long as you're getting your body moving and you can be consistent with it. So, be disciplined about when you do it, how long you do it, that kind of thing. Okay, next is the Hierophant. How best to connect with the Hierophant? Ah, the Three of Swords. That's actually in reverse. And then we have the Puppeteer. The Puppeteer is not a common card in the tarot deck. It is an extra card that came with this particular deck, the Unveiled Tarot. And this is you being in control of your emotions. And what's interesting is it's very similar to what I set up here because this is a thing that you can do to help get control of your emotions. So again, it's like connecting to one is going to help you to have the steps to connect to the next one. The Four of Wands. Um, this is making sure that your environment is a sacred space. Um, doing your due diligence about being intentful of who you have in your circle, why you have them in your circle, and who you don't want to have in your circle, what does not serve you. And I feel you already do that. So you're probably a lot more in touch with this guide than you think you are. See, a lot of our guides, they reach us in very subtle ways, like very subtle ways. Sometimes we can mistaken a message or a download from our guides as one of our own thoughts. So let's see. Let's see what ways they try to contact you already so you can be more mindful and to look out for it. The Eight of Wands in reverse. This is like this is almost like no speed at all. This is almost standstill. So it's giving me like when you're by yourself sitting, I don't know, reading a book or watching TV or whatever you do when you need to decompress from the world and you're by yourself and things are not hustling and bustling. And that's what that card is representing. The Two of Wands. When you're contemplating and making plans, this guide reaches out to you. In what way do they reach out to you? With perspective change. I'm almost feeling or seeing in my head you're contemplating something, and then out of the blue you'll have like an interjection of like, "Oh, but what about this? Like, what if the person is like, let's say you're contemplating on how somebody treated you in a lineup and you're like, "Oh, that was really ignorant and rude and, it just hurts me the way the people are these days." Then you'll get this interjecting thought that's like, "Yeah, but this guy's wife cheated on him," and you get this random thing in your head and you're like, "Where the hell did that come from?" Again, just an example, but that is what I'm seeing with this guide. So if you become more aware of where your thoughts are coming from, like if you get the thoughts where you're like, "Oh, that was out of left field. Like, why did I think of that?" That is usually an indication that it's not coming from you. So when you're sitting in silence, pay notice to the thoughts and ask yourself, is this something from me or could this be something from my guides? And the nature of what the topic is can be very telling if it's a guide or if it's something else pretending to be a guide. Um, if it has your best interest at heart and you don't feel anxious or you don't feel a pit in your stomach or you don't feel weird, that's usually a safe bet that it's your guide. If you feel weird or you really find it odd, you're like, I would never think that. Um, you get a knot in your stomach if you feel like you want to throw up. When you feel like that's usually a big indication that it's probably nothing good. Okay, and then your ancestors. They probably have a lot of wisdom that they can impart to you, not just protection. What best way to contact your um ancestors? The Three of Cups when you're celebrating. The Three of Cups is like a group. It's more than two people, and your ancestor is more than one guide. It is a group. And when you are sharing love with your community, with your family, they are there celebrating it with you. The Chariot. This is forward moving motion. And what's really interesting is on this card, through the little veil right here, there's like a warrior ready to charge. So this is them. That's their little calling card. They're like, yeah. It's you know what I'm seeing in my head? I'm seeing you like celebrating with your family. And then overlaid on top of the image is this group of people like dancing around a fire and celebrating. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So anytime you're celebrating life, they come down to take some of to feel some of that energy as well and to also imprint some of the energy that they have, into your vicinity as well. And it's baby steps. Um, so start by doing these tiny things, get your perception, get your mind used to trying to connect with your guides. The more you do that, learn how you're gonna learn how to feel them. And the reason why it's hard to feel them now is just because your perception is not there. Once we're aware of something, Once something is in our perception, then you notice it all the time. For example, it's like I've never heard of this type of car before. And my friend gets one, and I'm like, oh, I've never heard of that. That's great. Well, sure enough, for the next 2 weeks, that's all I see because it is now in my perception. So the same applies to your spirit guides and really to anything that you're trying to strengthen. Do you have any questions so far?
No, this is so incredible.
Cool, cool. I'm glad
Yeah,
you like it. Yeah, this is
so much.
great. They're coming through so clear. And like,
So yeah, it's just so neat.
yeah, it really is. What I keep being fascinated with is like how strategized these team like the spirit guides are. Like there's a strategy. There's a guide for everything, like and each of us will have different types of guides because we have different we're all unique, right? We all have
Right.
different needs. So it'd be so cool to get like a series of these readings done, let's say over the course of a month, and then see the patterns between everybody's different spirit team. You know what I mean?
That would be a really neat idea for sure.
Yeah,
Should put it out there.
I think I'm going to.
I think it would be a really nice thing to view.
Yeah, absolutely. And I haven't seen that done yet.
Mm-mm.
You heard it here first.
Right.
Alrighty. So I'm gonna get out my afterlife outbox. And so you want to know if there's any loved ones like in this lifetime that have passed over that are with you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Um, yeah, I would. Or
Okay.
that come around sometimes.
Absolutely. Okay. Give me a card from one of Courtney's past loved ones from this life that is comes and visits her the most, right? The interest is home improvements. It says like on the card. And then the song is My Heart Will Go On by Celine Dion. And then the plan or the picture is like plan A's burned and you're going to plan B. It's kind of interesting. And the card says regret belongs to the past. Peace lives in the present. It's the Five of Hearts. I know you wish things had happened differently, but four. One, two, three, four. It's okay to move forward without all the answers. Let's give me a tarot card or a few that describe the person that is past that's in Courtney's life that visits her that is that this card is from. Star. Death. That's interesting. Eight of Wands. Three of Wands. And the Star. Okay. So death is about change. And the Eight of Wands is fast change and direct communication. The Three of Wands is waiting for your ships to sail in or like waiting for something to happen. And the Star is about miracles. So when things change in your life, this is when this relative likes to come around specifically. It's like whenever there's change, this card follows quickly after. I'm almost feeling that this card is getting tipped off by one of the spirit guides to come down. I feel it's the Hierophant that sends this down. This this loved one down to the earth realm to be in your presence. The Three of Wands, like I said, is it's waiting for something. It's like I guess it could kind of be foresight as well. Hmm. I don't see them moving anything in your house, though. This is just presence. This is just we're here to help stabilize the energy while this change is happening. They do directly communicate with you, yes, but this card is making me feel it's like you're waiting for something bigger to happen. And the reason why is because you can feel the you can feel them there, but it's like human tendencies tend to be like when we feel a spirit presence, we expect a physical thing to happen or, you know, something in the physical realm to validate our feelings. And while they absolutely do bring miracles to your life, it's not what you're expecting or you're hoping for, if that makes sense. So, in what ways do they directly communicate with you? And like I said about the spirit guides being subtle, well, sometimes spirits are very subtle too, unless because it takes a ton of energy for a spirit to manifest itself in the 3D world. When you see chairs getting flown back, when you see extreme stuff like that, usually that's not coming from a very happy spirit because it takes a lot of energy to have that reaction. And a lot of our family members, they don't want to scare us at all. That's not why they're here. Um, they're literally here for us, not for them. So in what ways does this family member communicate with you? Oh, see, I said the Hierophant um sent this one down. Oh, and the Wheel of Fortune. So, but the magician is also involved. So, this family member in particular is supportive. So like when you're really needing like let's say you're about to do something that's taking a lot of energy or that's like really difficult and you're like I don't know, again, for an example, saying, oh, just please just help me get through this one thing. Please, I'll be so grateful, whatever, that kind of thing. That's when this family member comes in, especially during a time of major change. And it's like I'm seeing you like lying in bed, staring at the ceiling, thinking, analyzing things, trying to strategize. And this family member is like, okay, this may be a creepy vision, but leaning over you and whispering encouragement into your head and support. And maybe it's not physical words, but it's the energy of support to help you rise on top the Wheel of Fortune. And let me see if I can describe this family member. Eight of Swords. Well, there's a female on this card with a blindfold on. The Eight of Swords is about not, it's like limiting beliefs. It's like you're getting in your own way, not realizing your power, kind of letting people kind of walk all over you. And I feel that this family member in particular helps you with the strength specifically because they now realize they didn't necessarily have that the way you have that in their life. And so when they crossed over, it's like, oh, that was one of the things that I'm going to really try hard the next time for. And in a way, to help their karma, they're assisting you with that kind of support, if that makes sense. And yeah, I definitely feel that they're female. Page of Pentacles in reverse. So this wasn't a young person. If it was upright, I would say, yeah, maybe it was a young person. But again, there's another female on this card. But it was in reverse. So I feel like this is an older female, maybe about the age of 45 to 50. Seven of Wands. This is like protection. And the High Priestess. So this particular family member was actually very in tune with their emotion or with their intuition and um knowing things, being an empathic person. Does that remind you of anybody?
Perhaps my aunt.
Interesting because I got aunt vibes. I didn't say it, and I probably should have, but I did get aunt
uh,
vibes.
she passed away young, but she was I think in her late 50s,
Yeah.
early 60s. So, but not a grandparent.
Yeah, yeah. Um, did she have kids?
One child. Well, one living child.
Okay. And let's ask about what was in your house. Because I definitely don't think it was your aunt.
Thought it was my cousin,
Okay.
but
Give me a few cards to represent the energy that was hanging around Courtney's kitchen. Okay, Knight of Pentacles. Oh, such a mess over here. Four of Swords. Ace of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles. And the King of Wands. Is your cousin male?
No, well, not this one. Not the one I thought it was.
Okay, this energy is male.
Hmm. Is it a good one?
It is a one that is, uh, it's like I do what I want when I want. This is the King of Wands is like a performance,
Hmm.
like a show. Let's put on a show.
But not necessarily a relative that's passed.
I don't feel like it's a relative, no. I
Well,
don't,
thank God he was only here for a couple weeks then.
yeah, I don't feel this is like with the Four of Swords, it's like I have all the time to do whatever the hell I want. Like honestly, it's so strange. This is making me feel almost like poltergeist energy,
Ugh.
which is actually it doesn't necessarily be is bad. Sometimes teenagers can give off poltergeist energy because oh crap, they're home. Because there's a lot of extra energy that happens in the body and in the psyche of teenagers. And there's some scientists that feel that poltergeist activity can be related to prepubescent people, especially if they're
Huh.
going through some hard times and they're not channeling their energy properly, or if they're really sensitive. But this is just like it seems like a very small attachment that flowed in and flowed out. And it wanted to put on a performance to get a rise because when we have a reaction to this type of phenomenon that they feed off of that. So that is kind of what I'm feeling with this, but I don't feel like it's negative. It was just yeah, energy being energy.
Hmm. Well, at least it wasn't negative, but would have been better if it were, you know, somebody fun that I knew.
Absolutely, right? But like I
Yeah.
said, the people that we really care about, that really have our best interests at heart, they don't want to shake our world.
Yeah.
Sometimes,
Makes
I
sense.
mean, depending on the person's path, they need to have their world jarred. But I don't feel that you are that person because you're already so open-minded
Hmm.
to that kind of thing. So it's not like you need to be your eyes widened or your, you know.
Right.
So, but all in all, you have a lot of support, like a lot. And,
Awesome.
we all have the ability to contact them and have you know, open lines of communication. It just takes our awareness. We need to shift our perspective to it, and then it will be
Yeah.
easier to do.
Very cool. Very, very cool.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Courtney. This was
Thank
lovely.
you so much. This has been incredible. I really appreciate it.
No problem. You're so welcome. Hopefully, we can do it again soon.
Absolutely.
All right, you have a wonderful Sunday.
You as well.
All right, and I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.